It's not just men that are sexually frustrated, it's women too. But women, it's a kind of a choice for them, right? Because they want kind of the top tier men. And it's because they don't qualify for the top tier men, they feel like they're femcels. Let's check it out.
Did you guys know the term incel was actually coined by a female? Her name is
Yeah,
Alana,
figured.
and her
Because it seems like it's always used as a derogatory term towards men.
original definition of the word incel was anybody of any gender who was lonely, never had sex, or who hadn't been in a relationship in a long time. The word incel has been thrown around so much in modern day culture, and it's a common label placed specifically on males, usually to insult them, especially
Correct?
online. I'm looking at you, Reddit. Incel is short for involuntarily celibate and refers to a frustrated man who feels unable to develop romantic or sexual
His waifu.
relationships despite wanting one. A femcel is essentially the same thing,
Looking for the Jujutsu Kaisen guy.
except it refers to women, who often express feeling undesirable and rejected. So, with that being said, let's explain the femcel phenomenon and how it relates to female isolation and loneliness. Femcels and sexual frustration. Similar to incels, femcels often express romantic and sexual frustration rooted in feelings of fear and worthlessness. In one fascinating research study about femcels published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior, researchers collected data from over 24,000 posts from a dedicated online femcel community to understand and identify common themes and patterns within their online conversations.
It's interesting that researchers are researching women's forums of femcells and stuff like that. Most of the time, we always see the research kind of done against men.
This was done by coding 1,200 posts containing the keywords sex, power, frustration, and revenge.
Mm.
One of the key themes identified
I'm sure that revenge part is like the biggest part. Right
and frequently was sexual frustration, with many women attributing it to not being able to find high quality partners.
See, that's the major difference. High quality partners. But really, we always talk about it like these women, all they have to do is kind of put themselves out there. They can find men that will treat them right, that will take care of them, that will love on them, that will dote on them. But these men are also within the same, what, social circle or qualifications as them. But women just assume and are entitled to think that they qualify for higher. And because they think that, oh, I'm going to be a femcel, I'm not going to have sex, I'm not going to even date people because I don't qualify for what I want. For most incel type men, they just don't qualify for any attention from women, right? Most of us men, what do we care about? As long as she's nice to us, reciprocates, and cooks, maybe, that's pretty much what men want. We don't even care about the cooking and a lot of these other things. As long as she's nice to us and reciprocates the energy back, we'd probably love her too.
In one discussion, a woman wrote, "A generous, attentive, even understanding lover does not exist for ugly femcels." The researcher also found that many women on these femcel forums expressed resentment about pretty privilege and not feeling attractive or young enough. The grievances and frustration around sex, relationships, and perceived attractiveness by femcels paralleled some of the themes associated with the incel community.
And isn't it funny? But if they were those two groups were just to come together and, mate, they're actually pretty much the same level, right? Because they feel I'm an uggo. A lot of incels do, right? So even females and males feel this uggo-ness that is not going to be able to solve anything. You have other people that feel the same.
But there are still stark differences in the ways these two different groups express themselves and how their experiences manifest. The pink pill.
That's
Similar
interesting.
to what's referred to as the red pill within male culture, the pink pill refers to a belief system that claims to reveal the harsh truths about gender
Why do they always have to copy men and everything? Passport cis and pink pill.
dynamics, dating, and society, which are believed to be intentionally hidden or denied by mainstream culture. The pink pill philosophy claims that women who are considered undesirable or even ugly are victims of deeply ingrained societal beauty standards and need
It could be just also your ugly personality plus your ugly looks.
to recognize and accept
For femcels and incels.
this rather than comfort and delude oneself. Beauty standards placed on women perpetuate feelings of loneliness and exclusion, and many in the femcel community feel that it limits their options in the dating pool.
But that's the thing. Who created a lot of these beauty standards? Men don't care about lashes, Botox, wigs, and all these things, but women seem to compete with each other and try to up each other's antes every single time because they want men.
While men might be judged by things like height, income, and social status, women who identify as femcels often express feeling judged by their weight, makeup, style, and of course, their age.
A lot of those things are controllable. The age is not controllable, but you were able to find mates at younger ages that you chose not to. You chose to kind of put yourself in this little bubble that, oh, I can't find anybody. Very similar to men. I'm not saying that's not the same.
It's important to remember that toxic beauty standards aren't reflective of the person, but of society as a whole. It's the unfortunate reality that many women face, and it's a driving force behind why they may choose to identify as a femcel when they feel they don't fit into these standards. Sad girl core and mental health. There's a common theme around the discourse on femcel culture, which is a general disappointment around men, love, and relationships, and feeling misunderstood and overlooked as a whole. In an academic article published by the European Journal of Cultural Studies, the authors explain that the term femcel within contemporary social media platforms and internet culture is articulated to express an identity into the world, often a romanticized notion of being lonely, pathetic, or toxic towards.
Right. I feel like femcel is a victim complex, right? Same thing with incel, but women put it out there that I'm a femcel and I'm this. I don't think very many men call themselves incels or anything, but women do, right? Because they love the label. The label makes them feel like a victim. Oh, I'm too pathetic. Oh, I don't look good enough. Everybody's so toxic against me. I can't get a man because of all of this.
Relationships in some way. Even though male incel culture often claims that women yield an infinite degree of sexual power and
They do, right? Because women can choose to have sex if they want. Men just can't even get attention from women. That's the biggest difference, right? Women do have a lot more power and urgency in their love life. They just choose not to wield it because they want to play the victim. They want men to do all the work.
act
Where men, we have to do the work. And even if we put in the work, it doesn't work out because we're not there, we're not attractive, or we don't have the money, or we don't got the charm.
access. Femcels argue that they're constrained by societal standards of beauty and femininity that can manifest into mental health issues such as depression and social anxiety. Unfortunately, femcel culture parallels the same bleak sentiments and toxic internet culture as its male incel counterparts.
I can see that when your love life is a miserable thing, you kind of portray it out and kind of be upset about it.
And femcel spaces can become echo chambers that reinforce pessimism, black and white thinking, or fatalism about relationships.
Which is even worse because women's thought process is already in the negative, right? Because what is it called? I forgot what the term is called, that women just experience more negative emotions and they kind of like enjoy these negative emotions.
So, with that in mind, one of the themes within femcel culture that comes up a lot is sad girl core. For those who aren't familiar with this term, you might think of melancholic Lana Del Rey or Billie Eilish edits on TikTok.
I can see the Billie Eilish thing, right? Oh, I am famous, I am this, but I'm just still a sad girl that, everybody doesn't like me or whatever it is, even though they're quite famous and people want them. That's the thing. They put this label on themselves and kind of push themselves out there as this victim.
Or dare I say, Tumblr. Where are my millennials at? However, sad girl core is more than just an internet aesthetic. Sad girl core is an
It's literally, she's right, an aesthetic is what women want to portray themselves as, because I'm the victim.
extension of femcel culture and the feelings behind female angst, rejection, and disillusionment about relationships with males. Those who identify as femcels express their mental health issues and deep-seated resentment around sex and relationships in the content we see online, but it's often displaced. as this content always tends to solely blame men and society for all of
Right.
their problems, similar to male incel culture. And it's toxic when both femcels and incels engage in this behavior. The biggest problem with leaning into femcel or incel culture is that it can result in feelings of resentment.
I can see this. I can see a lot of incels, a lot of men hating women because they can't get women, and women hating men because they can't get the top tier men. See, still a big difference.
And even anger or hatred, because it's an endless feedback loop of pessimism about one's circumstances, which can exacerbate existing mental health issues or conditions. So, what do you guys think of this topic? We'd love.
See, I also feel like this is a victim mentality that women see men in this boat and they're like, oh, they're sad and whatever. Well, I'm like that too. I want to be identified as the same thing. I'm just as sad as them because I can't get a man. But no, it's not the same. These men just can't get attention or any type of woman to even date, not even let alone have sex with, where women can pretty much get dates if they actually put themselves out there and want to date. They can date anybody within their field, lower or even slightly above. But no, they want the top echelon of men. So they put themselves in this victim that I can never get the man I want. Well, it's also part of your standards. Why are your standards so high? Do you qualify for these men? Same thing with incels, right? At least incels are just like, I just kind of want a companion that likes me back. Can I at least get that? Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.